Hi guys, review crew here again. I'm Joe.
I'm Mikey.
And I'm Mike.
Today we're watching episode 6, season 1 of The Expanse.
Woo!
We had some exciting episodes last time for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We could just go over some of that really quick. I mean, any high points? Episode 4 was clearly a lot going on.
So episode 4, we learned about railguns and what happens when you fire a railgun at the Donager.
It goes through it.
It goes through it, and it goes through Shed. Unfortunately, we lost our medic last, and we also believe we lost Ramos in the 5th episode. So we lost 2 characters we liked.
Wait, Ramos?
Not Ramos, oh my god.
Lopez. Lopez passed away, yes.
Oh, why are you looking at me like that?
An important thing to remember of episode 5 is that they now have the Mars battleship, and they have now named it what?
Is it a battleship?
It's like
Well,
a
gunship.
It's a
I'm
gunship.
sorry,
I was
it's a
going to say,
gunship.
that's a big
Sorry.
difference.
Yeah, it's a gunship.
Because the Donager was a
Yeah,
battleship.
there's a big difference.
They named it the
Rosinante.
Rosinante.
Which means workhorse.
Yes, thank you. So that's a pretty big development there.
So they could probably haul some ice in that ship and protect themselves at the same time.
I don't think they're gonna be hauling ice in it.
You're right. They're probably going to be setting up.
It's like interceptor style.
They're going to be the new pirate bait.
And the most important thing is, why did they rename the ship? Do you guys remember why?
Because it was a Martian ship with a dead Martian on it, so that came from the destroyed Martian ship, so they couldn't go to Mars.
And there's no alive Martians left from the ship.
So they
to
can't
verify
explain
that
it.
they're not traitors.
Yes.
So they had to change it, and they also changed it because they didn't want to take a Mars signaled ship into the belt, because there's animosity in the belt against Martians.
And they're landing at the
Who gave them a life? Who are they going to go see?
They're going to go see the crazy dude who blew up the station.
We forgot. So who's the guy that was a part of the UN
Armada.
who was, I don't know if he gave the order, but he was present as commander when the station was destroyed.
The mining station.
When they blew up the mining station.
Yep.
Now the mining station, I forgot the name of it. It was the same name as the guy who blew it up. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, and what is his name? Do you remember his name?
I feel is it something Sun? Wilson? Johnson?
Johnson.
That was right. It is something Sun. So Johnson.
And the name of the place that was blown up?
It was Johnson Station.
No, Anderson Station.
Anderson Station.
Anderson.
Is his name Anderson Johnson by any chance? Or no?
I actually.
take notes, Mikey.
Andrew Johnson, aka the Butcher.
I was wrong. I was close. This close. But the interesting part of that is it almost looked like he was shocked and abhorred at what happened. You know, he didn't shoot, didn't give the order to. And with what's going on, we don't know if he's working with the OPA, because we know we saw him talk with the Latter-day Saints, the Space Mormons.
Yes, because he's working on a ship.
He works for the OPA. We know he's OPA because he's building the ship with OPA laborers.
They said he was like a top.
And he says, if the OPA doesn't play, if the LSD doesn't play along, there could be some, LDS. I'm sorry, LSD. Then there could be some mishaps on their voyage over the next 100 years.
So, they're now, the crew of the Rosinante are currently on their way to go meet him.
Yes. Because everybody knows what our favorite main character's face looks like. Everyone, because he sent out a distress message.
What is the name of everyone's favorite main character?
Chris.
No.
Oh my god. Wait, Chris. It's not Chris.
James Holden.
Why did I?
It's okay. We'll get there. I'm sure you will be more familiar with her.
See what happens. Sorry, everyone. I've been moving recently, so I'm all over the place.
You know, that's why I think the notes are going to help.
Yes, the notes do help.
We also, I don't know if it was 4 or 5, we learned what happened on Phobos.
Phoebe Station.
Phoebe Station. There was some sort of attack where everybody was.
You were very close.
Everybody was like.
I'll give you that one.
They were all burned and then thrown into the walls.
And it seemed like a cover-up job.
And it could have been some sort of attack with like some type of either biological weapon or tech weapon.
And then,
I'm not sure, yeah.
Also, Christian lost her friend.
Christian, well, she didn't lose his friend. He didn't die. He just said, "I will no longer play with you," because she used him as
friendship's
she used him as bait. But that was a couple episodes ago.
I was going to say,
4 or was that 5?
The other important thing too.
There's 3, I thought.
So we kind of right now. I think it was episode 3.
It was the end of 3.
Really?
I think so.
It was
yeah.
that long?
Hey, sir, I edited the videos. I should know.
Anyways, the last thing we
What's
should
time?
just. And where is the detective at?
The
Oh,
Sherpa station.
We found out Havelock is alive.
He's at the Sherpa station.
Havelock's alive.
Havelock is alive.
So Havelock's alive, and he's staying.
Fedora Man is.
It's not Fedora. It's something else. Everybody in the chat, everybody in comments was mad at you.
Chilby?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I got you, commenters. I got you.
But how's he doing with the case? You remember?
He's making headway.
He is making headway, and he's realizing there's a lot more going on.
Oh yeah.
Than just Daddy's lost,
right,
prized possession kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a quick refresher without going super into detail.
I'm sorry, chat, for mixing up fedoras and Chilbys. I will be better.
Unforgivable, honestly. I'll put that in the notes too. It's a Joby. Without further ado, I think we can start in. I get to do it today. 3, 2.
I need to borrow your.
Tycho Station is where he's going, correct?
That is where they are headed. Correct.
To keep an eye.
It's not Andrew Johnson. It's Fred Johnson.
He's overcharging the Mormons for details.
Fred Johnson got it.
Andrew Johnson's the president.
Why do you have Andrew Johnson written in there?
Andrew Johnson.
He's Andrew Johnson written in here. You are paying attention. He's watched this before.
It's been a while.
What aquarium was this filmed at, actually? Probably in the X-ray.
He's up for parole soon.
She's
Really
rude.
that card. No games, no subterfuge. Just straight for the jugular.
I'd be happy to play some other time, Carlos. But the matter is pressing.
You know why I quit the intel desk? I couldn't tell anymore if I was still working for the good guys.
I mean, that's what happens when you get into intelligence. You go so deep down the rabbit
She is
hole.
ruthless. She's like, okay, good for you. Did that make you feel better?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
literally.
get ice cream. You shut up and call. Okay.
She's like, we do what we have to for Earth. You shut up.
Yeah.
You're not the good guy. You're the
They're
Earth.
drifting to not get picked up, even though they somehow got picked up.
Rocinante, you are cleared for
What do you mean?
dock at emergency 4. Please cut your engines and release
Well,
your
but then they
passengers.
changed their ID.
Right.
Acknowledged. Techno station.
Boy.
You now have control.
Yeah, the controller took over them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it remote or was it
That's
like...
a cool station.
That's a really cool thing.
That's really cool.
It was a
I
remote
like
or
that.
like a
Prepare for docking clamp
tractor beam.
I feel like it's probably remote, but I'm not sure.
I don't know how they would get remote control over somebody else's systems. like that.
You can, if it's like.
Well, like he said, he was asking for permission to take control, and
Oh, he did. Good guy, man. Okay.
Like allow remote access.
James Holden.
Why you gotta walk around with guns?
Stay where you are.
You're either some kind of genius, Mr. Holden, or you the luckiest dipshit in the solar system.
Why did you invite us here?
You two were the only witnesses to a series of catastrophic events.
Well, he doesn't know anybody else
You could be
alive.
key to stopping all out war.
We're not the only witnesses. You were watching.
I've been out of the war business a long time, son. I broker peace treaties these days.
Not exactly what you're known for.
Yeesh.
Put those guns away. Tell the others to come out. I'll give you safe harbor. And I'll get rid of that ship for you.
No one's getting rid of our ship.
Russian vessels come through Tycho on a daily basis. If they see that frigate parked
Oh, it's a
there,
frigate.
it's a bad day for me too.
I'm just the messenger. I have half a platoon of pissed off Martian Marines who are just itching for some payback.
As a Corvette-class Martian frigate that typically cruise 30, I only see 2 of you. That tells
Oh,
me
they're
that you're trying
bluffing.
hard to hide your numbers. Tactically, if there were more, as a show of force, you would have brought them out. I'm guessing there are 2 to 4 people left on your ship.
Damn.
And I'm confident that there's no Martian Navy on board. If they were...
Oh wait, what if they bring out Alex in his Martian Navy outfit?
You walked off that ship.
That'd be hilarious.
Because you're in charge. At least you think you are.
Bring out Alex.
If you want to continue to play games,
Yeah, the amount of like
or shall we talk about how to help each other?
functional faction heads in this show is like on par with Game of Thrones. Like there's so many factions. They're all have good crew chiefs.
Oh,
Oh, he got
and
kidnapped.
He got kidnapped at the end of last.
Oh!
yeah, that's right.
They all have the same haircut. You notice that? They all go to the same barber, get that sick. Oh!
He's getting beat up.
Wait, what's this guy's name? Anderson Dawes?
Oh, We're going to have a nice long talk, you and I. How long depends on you.
Ah.
Such saucy, like, intros.
Oh, also, by the way, we forgot to say, Mikey's currently moving, so obviously there's a bit of a change of scenery and no green screen. Depending how this gets received and what we work through next time, we'll probably up this a little bit.
I don't think the green screen, lack of one, distracts anybody. It was more convenient for our setup last
There
time.
are 85 comments being like, where's the green screen?
Why does Panda not have his hair anymore?
Mateo. Well, hurry up, or you'll be back stealing water on series. You street rat.
What is that?
Did you hear what he just said?
You back stealing water on Ceres, you street rat?
Yeah.
Are they mining ice right here?
Definitely mining an asteroid. Or setting a trap.
Did you pattern the charges? Yeah.
You're right. It is a... Unless they're mining
Is
with
this
the
the one that
charges.
the detective gave tips to? Beat him up and let him go?
Yes.
It is...
Yeah, is that a fraction? Oh, is it just happening?
You can technically survive in the vacuum of space for about 30 seconds.
Kick out. What?
Once all the shooting got started, it was over pretty quick.
What was that?
The Don
And what was that?
were attacked by the same
don't know.
class of stealth warships.
You will have to testify
Testify.
to the UN Security Council.
You mean the one that you and the OPA aren't allowed into?
You'll open that door for me.
Yourself a seat at the table.
It's okay to be a pawn, Holden.
It's a pretty
Well, he was
big boat.
tracking the fight, wasn't he?
A small fleet of stealth ships wouldn't be impossible.
I'm not gonna debate. I'm taking control of the Tachi right
The
now.
hell you are.
Right there! Those guns can't help you anymore.
You sure you want to find out if that's true?
Right, the guns are locked to the armor, aren't they?
Down.
Might want to down a poncho, Holden.
You don't want to test this particular guy.
I've raised and buried your kind by the hundreds.
Not my kind.
Broken boys. Quick to the trigger. Slow on the uptake. Go ahead, son. Pull it. Bullet will cut right through me. But there'll be countless OPA brothers and sisters standing behind me.
Wait, who the fuck is...
To the ends
Is that
of the
Naomi?
belt.
Behind them?
I'll find out.
Is he breach charging the back?
Holden, tell the butcher to call off his men, or I'll have Alex vent his bloody station.
Sir, we have a problem.
Oh, the defense...
It seemed like he didn't realize they had full control of the ship.
and which is a warship inside of a hangar.
Your men, I think they got all the good stuff. So.
Why did you go back to Julie Mao's apartment?
I've been using her water.
Really like her shit. It's great water. No.
Chase him
So
again.
much what happened to this
Just
guy.
give him back his... Heavily.
Take my job very seriously.
You are a station joke. We are fighting for something precious here, Miller.
Sure. A fatter percentage of the docks.
You even think like an Earthen.
I didn't say
No
today,
idea
right?
how close we are, huh? I am talking about independence.
Yeah. With you as governor, it's a great idea. You know, that Scopuli disaster is a dead fish on your doorstep.
You keep missing the point.
He didn't deny it.
That's why you gotta make the Mao case disappear. Why you gotta sacrifice her.
Baka, I can't believe I didn't see it before. You're in love with Julie Mao.
It's crazy.
There's no way he's in love with her, is he?
He could be, but I doubt it.
I think he's just toying with him.
You locked down the net?
Yeah.
That's split.
Then why is my money floating away? Half will be lost.
I'll barely make enough to cover the trip.
Attention, Zing Long. This is MCRN Scipio Africanus. Power down and prepare to be boarded.
What do they want?
I like how they named it after. Yeah.
Well, they probably have a lot of names after famous. Or so what was the Donninger named after?
The name of that ship is the Scopuli. That's right. I need this frigate to retrieve the lone survivor, Lionel Polanski.
Who?
It's a code name.
We are just trying to feed our families, okay?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for you. Absolutely nothing.
Your God gives you the right to life's riches, huh? You set up your zones, tell us where we can and cannot. Living belly full with your glass palaces while half my people are starving to death?
You need to want to take credit for blowing up the Donninger. We'll give you justice with both hands.
What are we gonna blow up your big Martian warship with, huh? Little pebbles?
Have a nice day.
Oh. Leave him alone. He didn't mean.
Hey, I went easy on you before, but now you're not gonna pass through the restricted zone on your way home, boss man.
Going around talking to fuel, we die for sure.
That's your problem, not mine.
Damn. Everybody's so spiteful because of what's happening.
Tensions are rising. I mean, you just saw some beat cops, okay?
Yeah.
You know.
That is some BS.
Do you know what's what?
Because this is my fault.
This is his fault though.
He's owning it right now.
He
Finally.
said the thing.
He's telling them.
What is? I logged the distress call in the camp.
I knew.
He's like, wait, I can't trust
That's
him.
more heartbreaking for him. Jeez.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Heart broke.
He gave her the sad puppy dog eyes and walked away.
It's the only person you trust.
Yeah.
She doesn't trust him.
You should have said something.
Yeah.
Why would it have mattered?
Because it's the truth, and the truth matters.
Well, because they just went through so much together.
And he still didn't trust them.
Finally, he's just telling them
Yeah,
now.
but it's not like they were like, we found out about you. Like, he fucking told them.
Yeah, true.
Julie,
I don't know.
Is she alive?
she chose to be OPA because she believed that what we are fighting
I love
for
his
is
accent.
just.
So is Julie now dead?
No,
Wait,
no, yeah.
He's
His
trying
sister?
to figure that out.
Die out on the belt.
he has a sister that died on the belt when she was.
Sure. It's part of the legend you like to leave out. Everybody knows that story.
I doubt that. My sister Athena was touched by the hand of God, but she was fragile. Her bones were like chalk.
She had brittle bone disease on top of it.
Spending a lifetime in 0G. She was never going to recover. I had 3 other sisters to think about. Our family was starving.
So you killed her.
Killed her?
And that makes me a monster.
Because
Jesus Christ.
Because she was suffering?
So I
And his
laid
family
to rest in a beautiful bauxite tunnel that we discovered together. It's possible to cry so hard that your tears turn to blood.
Blood?
And living with this pain, I came to realize that I have millions of brothers and sisters in the belt. I even count you among them. Now I tell you the truth about Julie. She spit in your face.
Damn.
You are everything she despised. A belter who preys on his own kind. But voila.
Uncle, what are you doing? Uncle Mateo, no. No!
God!
What is he doing? He gone crazy?
Throwing him out.
Preserve supplies?
What's happening?
He's throwing him out to preserve supplies, or he's gone crazy?
Uncle!
He just ejected him.
He did.
Carlos DeVille. While Earth and Mars throw sand in each other's faces, the OPA rises in the belt.
Tycho, you'd have to be siphoning off resources on
He's siphoning the resources from the LDS.
Carrying South composites. That's not a coincidence.
The OPA killed your son. You sure this isn't personal?
You're damn right it's personal.
Everything's personal for her.
All right. You're keeping in the loop.
This guy seems so bad at keeping her in check.
Well, she's also, you gotta give it to her, she's a straight shooter. Like, there's no bullshit with her.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're damn right it's personal. Like, you're gonna shut up and keep hassling me about it or let me do it? And he was like, keep me in the loop. And that was it.
I go Amos got depressed and went off to a bar with Alex.
Bros night.
Why is he staring at her?
I'm Daniel. I'm not interested, Daniel. Tell me, how do they treat you here? The others say it's better than most. That Bucker, ogling you, he's packing a knife on his left hip.
He's nice at least.
Well, so the guy thought he was checking him out. He was checking everyone in the bar.
He's looking for weapons.
It's like, that guy's a knife.
Places like this.
Well, he's assessing danger before he calms down.
I wouldn't have figured
You
that.
grew up? I would figure that.
Must have been rough. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, I guess you must have been as happy as a puppy with two peckers, right? I didn't mean it like that. Like what? I'm gonna stop talking. It's an honest living. You're not married.
What do you mean you're not married?
What makes you say that? Like I said, I grew up in places like this. I was married. Out on a run, all I could think about was getting back home. And lying in my bed, all I could dream about was getting back out here. Big Brass said I didn't have what it takes to fly the badass gunships.
Run-of-the-mill gas freighter. Don't fly too close, but don't try to avoid it. The Martian patrols won't give you a second look.
Draft signature.
We're altering that too.
Or they changed the outside too. Mars obviously would recognize his own ship.
The ship.
In the heat of the battle, they fought to get you off the Doniger. I'll make sure his body's returned to Mars.
Well, at least he's returning the bodies. He's just having not a good day.
Oh, they're throwing him in the airlock.
It's the same airlock he threw that guy into. Right?
That's called Iron.
Die how you live, baby.
oh, yeah!
Throw him in there.
Throw him in! No! Oh.
Is he too tall? What's happening? Oh, he fell to the bottom. I thought he was
Is he
across the
too
opening.
tall?
I thought he was across the opening.
Wait, he's about to do that. Oh,
no.
No, they're pulling all the air out, I think. Yes, Havelock!
Who the fuck?
Havelock. What do you think?
Mikey, I feel like I'm gonna have to make sure you're not doing spoilers.
Who do you think would save him other than his own partner, bro?
The girl?
There's someone else.
Yeah!
Oh!
Yeah!
See?
Yeah.
See, that's how you know I'm not
I
spoiler.
was like, he's jumping to conclusions right now.
I was like, Havelock doesn't like
He's
him.
bedridden.
That's why it
Havelock
would
doesn't like him.
That's why it would have been so much better.
The man's gonna stand up.
Oh, he's attacking.
Is he just gonna ram? Oh no, is he suicide bombing?
Panda, no, look away. He's ramming the ship with another ship. We thought he was going crazy, but he went insane
You can only
instead.
live so long.
With a boot to our necks, Sasuke. We'll find you out there.
We'll be okay.
Someday, things gonna change.
We'll be okay, Uncle.
Opa,
We'll be okay.
the man's gonna stand up.
Oh, he just rolled
Chucked.
rocks.
Yep.
Oh,
At the Martian.
and he's probably gonna fire back on him. I imagine. Oh. Did. And he watched it. He spun around just in time.
Is Mars gonna pick him up?
Probably not. But I imagine his uncle put an SOS on him, maybe?
You could see a flashing light, so
The red
you could
one, yeah.
assume that.
It's a shed.
The Shed, baby. R.I.P. Shed.
Wherever you are. I hope no one there needs medical attention.
That's messed up.
That's a new piece of lingo there. Instead of cheers.
Brave, crazy
I'm saying.
bastards who got us off the Doniger.
Yeah, I'm saying. What if they're gonna hook up? Then Amos is gonna be sad.
Why did you come back for us?
Well, you're over there because of me.
Found the chip.
Did.
Why?
I'll wait until
Yeah, don't you say and anything.
At the time.
Shut up, Joe.
To say in you or 2 episodes ago, we were like, oh, did they ever get the chip off of his body?
Damn.
Now they did.
Yeah, now they did. It's the wrong person.
It's the chip that records what he sees, right?
For Naomi Nagata.
Or no, it's a chip that tells everything what's going on.
It was the Mars until they wanted to get back to Mars High Command.
I'm using my last remaining brain cells to try and kill.
Me too.
So
Feel
let's
that.
talk on that, shall we?
That. Spy?
What do you think, bro?
I want that eye.
You forgot everyone knows what his face looks like.
He's famous. What?
Feel his broken bones.
I got it.
Got aerosol
I've never
skin.
killed anyone before.
Oh yeah, she just murdered 2 people. That's right.
They can regrow limbs. Why wouldn't they have spray on the skin?
Bro,
Oh, I'm sick.
I forgot she gunned down 2 people. That's fucking great. Getting jaded to all the violence in the show.
Is this her apartment or is this Julie Mal's apartment?
I feel like they look pretty similar.
He's from the lower level. Who was there? A little girl in the window.
Is that why he
Watching.
children? Remember the little girl?
Yeah.
They can kiss. Good. That would be unhealthy. Oh gosh. He's gonna be unhealthy.
Oh, he's
yeah.
healthy.
He's healthy! We are healthy men!
Well, we don't know about that just yet.
Seemingly healthy men! He's like, I got stuff to do, sorry. Can't kiss you.
No time
Oh,
for
they're
women.
not at Julie's.
They're not? It would have been funny if they were at Julie's. For the 8th time.
He doesn't have time for women. Only research.
I'm gonna write that down as a question. Yeah.
What? What does he have time for?
Oh, great scribe.
Oh, they're right. They're wearing decoy outfits.
Find someone.
Yep.
Someday I'll come to you with a name. No questions asked.
I'll do what I can.
She needs a favor from him after.
I like that it's called Baratna's Gas Company, which is just Brothers Gas Company.
It's like, you know,
Hey, yeah, we're with Brothers Gas.
Baratnas.
I get the pin up painted on.
Oh yeah, of course Amos is doing it too. Right?
That's why he's taking his time.
I figured it out. Most of it, anyway.
Tell us, Miller.
I'm looking at, I don't know, some kind of bioweapon.
The one that happened at Phoebe Station?
Phoebe, that's right.
Yes!
Phoebe Station.
I meant, where'd you get it?
Julie Mao. She bought that from a data broker.
Mars was making a weapon,
Souls
and then OPA stole it?
And then,
Oh, is he gonna bury it?
can't copy it.
Erase Detective Miller's case files and cancel all his clearances.
What?
He's got fired?
You're fired.
Dawes. He bought you.
Get out.
You're in his pocket.
Wait, that just means he has no strings now. That's good.
Help Mr. Miller find the door. If he gives you any problems, feel free to shoot him.
Oh, they have OPA tattoos. Which is an Anarchy tattoo?
Looks like it.
Everybody's in on it. Shit.
When are they gonna meet?
Season 6. Coffee for everyone.
Ah, see, it's him accepting the coffee.
He's so excited to be flying that
I
ship.
know. He's like, yay.
Like driving a
That's
Corvette.
what he always wanted.
Well, it's like an Air Force pilot who's stuck on transports, and it's like, you get to drive the F-22!
Or even just like an AC-130, bro. Like, have fun.
Oh, I think it was a little bit more fun than an AC-130.
Yeah,
AC-130s are
a
fun.
jet. Come on.
Yeah.
Could you imagine flying?
He's
Well, flying an AC-130, every time it shoots, it's just like the entire plane
Yeah,
just.
but I mean, this is high-end equipment right here. This is F-22.
So is it okay? So how about a warthog?
All right, sure.
Cool. All right.
All right.
So
that wraps up episode 6, season 1.
we're at
That was a lot
rock
of wind
bottom,
up. A lot of wind up.
and I wonder if it's called rock bottom because Detective Miller is at rock bottom.
Or is it because of the Belter throwing rocks at the ship?
That can't be it. Okay, so a lot to discuss from this episode. More questions, no answers.
It's definitely a wind-up episode.
The wind-up episode. So that was. I feel like we had like a little mini arc, and they were like, this happened, this happened, this happened. But we're starting to get ready for a next arc, which is the crew has to go and rescue someone. I believe extract somebody.
So what Fred Johnson said is that there is a sole survivor of the Scopuli.
But he said he. But if they're using a
Codename
name,
he.
so it could be Julie Mao.
That's what I'm thinking.
It could be.
It was a code name, so we're not sure.
Yeah, exactly. And just because he says he doesn't mean it's not Julie Mao and he's just covering, because they might get there and they might be like, "We're looking for blah blah him," and she's like, "Oh, that's me." And be like, "Well, we told it was a guy. What's a code name? Doesn't matter. It's just to throw people off."
So
Didn't we hear the name Lionel Polanski for somewhere else?
I don't remember. Maybe he was one of the bodies, like the fake names.
I feel like it was referenced.
Was it one of the fake names that the guy was using, the data broker?
I should probably take notes.
No. No. So.
Otherwise, you're gonna have one of those crazy drawstring charts of but it's all connected.
Like what is it, Charlie?
What does it
Always
mean?
Sunny?
Yes.
But we had a
lot of growth with the crew.
So our crew's becoming more friendly.
And the landmine with missing the word of James Holden finally admitting that it's all his fault. And then the crew still coming back to him grows their unity because even when faced with something that could break them apart, they came back together.
Now, why do you think the crew decided to stay with him? Why is Naomi sticking it out with him?
They're survivors together.
Trauma bonds.
Okay.
Trauma bonds, but they also need to stay together because if they're separated, their story has to be, they have to help each other tell their story, and they're all kind of insurance policies for each other.
Okay.
But at the same time, they don't.
Well, obviously, if Naomi's in, Amos is in. Right?
Yeah.
And why is Alex in?
Because Alex
wants to fly the plane.
Damn right he does.
He wants to fuck my boy. And then I guess our main character is just trying to, he wants to do good. Always.
He is trying to what? Well, at
redeem
least
himself.
Yes,
He lost people, so he wants to save more.
Well, also how Amos said in the episode, you can tell a lot by how these places treat their people.
Yes.
Holden treats, he's there to save them. So, they
Earth
have a
bars,
bond.
yeah.
So, because of Amos is growing up in that style, he sees that the fact that, a good crew is worth more than anything else because it's someone you can rely on. It's a known comfort as opposed to the unknown.
Well, plus, it's really the way it's currently the position they're all in is it's us versus everybody.
Right.
Yes.
So
there
are
Mike
no
is
safe
definitely
harbors.
right of they're each other's insurance policy.
Yeah.
And
so
there's also the entire
shared trauma. Also,
Detective Miller. Well, we'll get to the fact that he's been
fired.
He was kidnapped last episode by Anton Dawes' women.
Anderson Dawes.
Anderson Dawes. Oh my god, why do I keep saying
A
Anton?
Dawes.
A-Dawes.
A-Dog.
It's
A-Dog.
Anton-
A-Dog.
A-Dawes. So by his men, beaten, and basically given an option to be bought, and he refused.
Yep.
Being told, forget Julie Mao, she's not important. And he's like, I can't, that's my mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's been fired completely once he got back, only to realize everybody who's, around him, he hasn't realized has been slowly being probably either replaced or, converted into, or just are OPA members.
And why do you think that is? Like, that he hasn't noticed any of that stuff going on?
Because he's been so focused on his case.
He's obsessed.
It's consuming him.
Yeah, the case consumed him. And, he was saved by, it was his former love interest.
Yes.
The fellow detective.
The only friend he appears to have.
Now, since you bring that up, I have a question for both of you. So, in the scene when, like, they might kiss, why do you think he shut it down?
Because he realized something about the case, and he was like, this is more important. I gotta focus on the case.
I mean, it's either the obsessive nature of
Do you
the
think
case.
it's because he's a good, healthy person, like you guys are saying, or is he obsessed with the case, or is he actually in love with Julie Mao? Like Anderson Dawes also said.
So there's like a 5% chance.
You don't have to give me an answer.
It's good writing because it could be any of them.
It could be any of them.
It could be a combination.
Because there's the whole entire maybe he's never not been able to solve a case, so this is bothering him. There's the fact that maybe she's a pretty individual, and he's while learning about her and staying where she is.
His former love interest / coworkers are also very pretty.
Doesn't matter, he's got his eyes on someone new, and while
whom he's never met,
and he's not, maybe he didn't start.
Whoa! We've been on the internet long enough to know that doesn't matter.
Maybe he didn't start off that way, but he spent days, weeks, researching her, and creepily staying in her apartment to do things. To the point that maybe he's, feels a connection to her or is interested in her.
Well, he definitely feels a connection to her.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't feel a connection to her. Maybe he just wants to know what's going on. But, remember a couple episodes ago, the officer, she told him, not the boss, but him, he was the one that saved him, former love interest.
She was
like, be careful, you're getting in pretty deep there. She doesn't know what's going on. Probably.
Well, he informed her of everything.
Well, I mean, the OPA. She doesn't know about the OPA cops and stuff like that.
Well, that just happened.
Well, yeah.
He just got fired at the end of this episode.
But it's the thing. He just went into deep.
She actually did what she had suggested he do. Is when she had hard evidence, he take it up the chain.
Well, it's like one of those things.
How that went.
Well, it didn't go good.
It's one of those things where they're like, I didn't think he was gonna have the hard evidence to back it up. I thought he was gonna give him another couple months doing nothing in the woods. But then A. Dawes was like, hey, he's getting a little close. Go kidnap him and we'll send him a message. And
my favorite part, or actually a part I didn't like this episode, is when he's talking to the chief of police or whatever, sergeant. She's like, are there any copies? Is this the only copy? Should have been so many copies. Do you want another one?
Speaking of,
instead of being like, yeah, no, it's the only one. It's
encrypted. You can't even copy it.
Speaking of, what do you think? What do you think Jefferson's going to do with the data chip? Do you think he's going to use it to attack the Mars?
Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson. What do I say?
I don't know.
Andrew Jackson.
I don't know. We're just making up names here.
Fred Johnson.
Sorry, Fred Johnson. What is Fred Johnson going to be doing with this data chip? He, found it, and it has a lot of information regarding not only just the attack, but other stuff going on.
Yes, so what is on the chip?
Well, it's the attack information, as well as specs regarding the OPA terrorist ships, right? Because they took information on the ships. Scanned them.
Yes, it's from the battle.
It's visual.
It's the battle
It's visual and,
from the Doniger being attacked. Yes.
And it was supposed to help Martian High Command deduct what's going on and figure out what was happening. But instead, it ended up into potentially the hands of somebody who's a collaborator.
Potentially the person who made the ships.
Well, yeah, maybe made the ships.
And he's trying to remove the evidence.
Or maybe
get some battle intel.
What's better to get the battle intel than getting it from the ship that got destroyed?
Just try to view Nobody seems to know what's going on. So until you know who knows what's going on, it's fair to assume nobody knows anything.
Where everybody knows everything.
Except for the super shady, high-ranking politician on Earth who's desperately trying to figure it out.
Hadlock's the secret OPA leader. That's what I'm going with.
She's currently spying on our main character right now.
Yes, that is important too.
She's spying on the main character, so who knows why she's spying on James Holden. maybe she thinks he's lying about what's going on. Maybe she thinks this, that, because he's just chilling casually in the bar, so she could think, he framed it, faked it.
Well, she's looking for answers. And who better to get the answers from than
the person himself.
James Holden, the guy who everyone is
Who's
like,
been
now,
yeah,
it's like the worst luck.
They have like "I love James Holden" T-shirts,
really
while they're riding and killing people.
Let's also
remember the can and that Earth guy.
We never expected the guy who was stealing water to show back up, as with his uncle having a legit job farming rocks, only to enter Martian space, be told he can't go through restricted space so that they can't survive their trek back. And that just radicalizes the uncle, who we thought he went crazy and was just ejecting and killing him for like, rations or something. Instead, he was put an SOS on him, kicked him out, and
enough is enough.
Enough. He launched the rocks. Like he basically did a for lack of better, it was a crude rudimentary projectile in space. You have to think about this. There's no reduction in mass, so he launches these, and they're basically, they're not moving as fast as railguns, but they're kinetic weapons flying at this in a large spread, like a scatter.
Well,
it didn't destroy the ship, but it did enough to damage it, which then pissed them off, enough for the nephew to watch it kill them, which could radicalize them in the end.
I'm sure in the comments someone will, if I don't say this right now, when the Martians get on the ship and they're hassling them, the nephew is like, "What are we gonna do? Throw rocks at you?"
Yeah,
and the uncle's like, "Genius!" He's like, "I'm yes." I just thought that was a funny, a really quick little we're gonna do it.
I wanna pause there.
So he is floating in outer space.
I wanna pause. No, not there. Not actually pause.
Oh.
I wanna
He
pause
meant the
I wanna pause the
conversation.
conversation. The uncle said that if they lost half the asteroid, it wouldn't even cover the cost of their mission to go get the asteroid. If you looked at it, the amount of rock on there was like the size of their mining ship and about the size of that Martian cruiser. That's a lot of metal as a solid asteroid, because asteroids don't have dirt and waste product and oxides. I don't know why I couldn't say that word. That's essentially essentially near perfect metal, or better than anything we have on Earth. That means the economy, at least in the belt, is fucking terrible.
They're being taken advantage of.
Who can avoid anything?
That is,
I mean,
in current
That's
dollar
why they want
values,
their
that
opinions.
asteroid's probably worth at least $1 billion. And that's not enough to even get them to cover the fuel for the.
Well, that's what they're saying.
That's insane.
They're being screwed on Sirius Station by
but that
everyone.
I'm just saying that little detail that they threw in there, if you understand it on mineral prices and asteroid mining, which you probably do if you're watching a show like this, it's just another detail to be everything's terrible.
And then you had essentially Great Britain or the Spanish stop by and be like, "Hey, you didn't pay this one bill, so now you're gonna owe money on this whole trip." And he's like, "Motherfucker!" So
Your
that's how you
registration's
radicalize
expired.
somebody, because you have this guy who's trying to get a leg up in the world and
Just-
do this super dangerous thing,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Nah,
It's real life. Your
more
registration's
money.
expired.
Yeah, we're taking all of
Your
it."
registration's
didn't
expired.
understand-
You can't drive home. Your registration's expired. We're gonna impound all your stuff, and you're gonna lose all your stuff, and you're gonna have to pay to get all
Exactly.
your stuff back. But we're gonna keep the stuff that we took.
Exactly.
What I don't understand is why they blew up the asteroid in the first place. What
Because the
Because it wasn't it was a mesh net. It was a very chain link net,
Oh,
and they're like, "We're gonna blow it up and bring the pieces back." What?
I have no idea.
I don't think it's an important detail. I just thought it was silly. Maybe it will be an important detail.
Fair, yeah. The only thing I could think of is maybe wherever they were transporting it to that's the only way they accept it or
Sure.
something, maybe. But then why not just do that when you're there?
Maybe it's you can't blow up.
Ordnance, yeah, probably. There's definitely.
I think it's really a reason why they had a bunch of asteroid pieces to throw at a Martian ship.
Then again, clearly the uncle was kind of on his last leg, because the net wasn't even. He was like, "You messed it up." He's like, "It's an old net, dude. What do you want?"
True.
So
what else could we think of?
I think
that's a pretty good way to stop it.
Yeah, unless you had any other thoughts.
Things are getting crappy.
We went over the relationship of them splitting apart, and then James holding off.
I'm
gonna call this
and where they're going now, and so on.
I'm gonna have a theory that it's gonna be called the Holden Miller theory. the inverse Holden Miller theory. The better things go for Holden.
Hold on.
So the better things go for Holden.
The inverse. I'm sorry. Hold
the
on.
inverse Holden Miller theory.
Holden Miller theory. Okay.
The better things go for Holden. The worst things go for Miller. And vice versa.
Better.
I disagree. I think Miller's just gonna have an awful journey until he eventually meets Holden.
And then
it might still be terrible, but at least it's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna go like this, and then eventually it's gonna get better, and it's gonna get worse for Miller, and then they're gonna meet, and they're gonna be on an even ground.
I just think Miller's gonna have a bad time.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
We're gonna find out
That's
next
an
time.
Interesting theory.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm Joe.
I'm Mikey.
And I'm Mike.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
See you next time on Dragon Ball Z.